All right, so what I have here is the PG New waist piece. So these are the pegs here that would connect to the top of the leg. And I've heard a few comments about this piece in here breaking during posing. So I figured I'd do a little quick deep dive into what's going on with this joint. So this is how the joint looks normally. You can see here that these pieces here, so the peg joints, are sitting flush from the silver piece, and there's no sort of wiggle room, right? It's pretty firmly in place. So any articulation you get from the leg is going to come from the actual top of the hip joint, right? To your left, rotation, and then your sort of, well, I guess there is no up and down. There's a little bit of up and down here. But it's like super firm, and that was totally off camera, a pain in the ass. All right, so I've got it in, and the first thing I guess I'm going to pivot to is that this here is so firm that rotating it, right, you can see how that piece is bending a whole lot, which is definitely no good because it's not supposed to do that in this format. All right, so what do I mean by not supposed to rotate? So again, these pieces here are pretty firm, right? There's no sort of movement in and out, at least by hand. And so what you're supposed to be able to do with this piece is actually twist it like so. In doing so, I'll go through it again like that, you actually unlock this little clip here that goes behind the joint itself. So now that I've done that, I can actually rotate these out and then push that back in. That allows these here to come out from the hip itself. So with those extended, right, I guess in the unlocked position, I should say, now you have a ton of movement, right? You can see how this sort of wiggles back and forth. You can also see, well, hopefully you can see, that the piece is no longer flush, right? So there's a little bit of outward motion. So not only does it wiggle back room, you have a lot more sort of range of movement. Okay. So now that I've got the leg reattached, right, you can see I've got this full bit of motion, everything's moving around. I don't feel like it's gonna break, but I mean, it is a hip joint, and anything can happen when stuff like this is made out of plastic. Now, I think the biggest issue, at least from what I've seen, is this locking mechanism, this little latch in here. If you were to, say, lock this back up, and this is sort of a pain in the butt to do because it's sort of dependent on this being in the right position for it to actually index correctly. Let's see if I can actually manage that first try. There we go. So now it's locked in place. And if I'm actually, again, as you saw, trying to move this around, it's probably going to break that joint in there. So, right, you can see a little pop if I pull it out too hard. I don't think anything here actually broke, but again, I don't think I want to risk it. So, thinking about how I want to build this kit, two things come to mind. One is just sort of leaving these permanently in the quote-unquote unlocked position, so that I have that range of movement and I have way less risk of something breaking just due to the tightness of that joint. If I want to modify this a little bit, let's see if I can point this out. I would probably come in here and actually just cut the bottom half of this so I could have it actually go in all the way, and then I could pull it out without breaking it. Of course, that just happened. There's an 88% chance this kit's going to be on the stand when it's done. I'd rather not break anything and have to worry about something, I don't know, falling apart, being able to pose later on, and having to go through this complicated pain in the ass unlock, relock mechanism when I have the full kit here. So I'm probably just going to leave it like this for now, and well, we'll see what happens after everything's fully assembled.